In 2025, I was sick of chasing trends, never being able to save any money, and buying the same blush over, and over again. And my hands are full. I actually have 3 more blushes, but they just don't fit on my hands, but you get the point. So I did a complete 180 in under 12 months. I managed to become the most money smart version of myself that there is today, and here's exactly how I did it. My biggest struggle before I tried to do this time and time again is that I really had no clue on where to start. And if you're on the more financial side of social media, I'm sure that you've seen the buzzwords crypto.
It's too easy, bro. All I did was literally copy this trade right here that this guy made 28 minutes ago, and I got that notification live as soon as he made that trade, and I basically just sold and made like 37% in like 10 minutes.
Forex.
So if you want to become a millionaire in trading, you have to be ready for your family not to believe in you, your friends not believe in you, your girlfriend not even understand what you're doing, but it's part of the journey.
Blah, 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 online time and time again. And I feel like people just love to throw those like words at you and like selling their course on how to become rich in just a month or in just a week. And I know that a lot of time investing is kind of made seem as this 9-to-5 way to still get rich or to still retire a little bit early. But there are so many steps that come before you can even think about investing. So before I start dumping all this information on you, I think that there is even a step 0 that we're gonna have to take, and that is that you have to stop avoiding the truth. My awful truth used to be that I took every single opportunity I could to buy something. Summer vacation, Shein haul because I decided to switch aesthetics for the 50th time that year. Writing my thesis in the school library, I now need rings on my fingers so my fingers can look cooler when I look down and I'm typing. And I know how ridiculous that sounds now that I'm saying it out loud for the first time in the world, but that is actually one of the reasons that I took to justify my shoppings. And another hard truth that I needed to face is that I really had a bad habit of just avoiding my bank account and pretending that if I don't see it, it doesn't exist. And there are a lot of other small hard truths that I needed to face, but I just wanted to take these 2 as an example. Otherwise, this video is going to be an hour of just me yapping. But it's just important as a step 0, kind of before you even start entering your financial responsibility era, because you can track all you want. You can buy all the Excel budgeting sheets, whatever that there are. But if you don't get to the root cause of why you're in this consuming mess or this financial mess, it will just be a vicious cycle of falling into bad habits. Now that you've admitted to yourself that those daily coffees that you've been getting outside are not justifiable, even though you swear that they really do taste better, the first step that you're going to take, if you're not already doing this, is tracking your spendings. And I truly did not realize the importance of this before I decided to kind of 180 my life around. And it's really not for the reason that you think. And of course, it's important to know what's going in and what's going out. But as a former overconsumer in denial, it really gives you kind of insight on all your bad or maybe even your good spending habits. And even though you might think that you have a good grasp on what is going in, what is going out every month, I thought I had to until I looked at my bank account at the end of each month and just couldn't figure out where all my money had disappeared to. And as soon as I started tracking all my spendings, and this doesn't have to be on Excel, and please do not buy a budgeting tracker. You can find so many great examples online, and I know that Google has a free template, and I think that Excel, like Microsoft Excel, also has a bunch of free templates. So please just go online and look in the great resource and see there is a free information out there. I just literally use my notes app. It can be sticky notes, it can be a jar of marbles, whatever works for you and whatever gives you actually insight on your spendings where you're able to reflect and therefore adapt. We have tracked our spendings, we've realized the root cause of our issue. Before investing and all the fun stuff you might want to save for, you need an emergency fund. And an emergency fund is essentially just kind of a security net. It's 3 to 6 months of living expenses, and usually the magic number for this is $10,000, euros, pounds, whatever currency that you may use. And this is money that you will not touch, and it is really meant to be kind of a security net for you to fall back on if something does happen. That, let's say you're completely sick of your job, you have the freedom and the agency to just get up and leave because you have that built-in security net. And so security fund is truly the first step in saving, and trust me, your future self will thank you for this. Now that your future self is thanking you dearly for setting up that great security net that we just talked about, you are now finally free to save for vacations, funds, save for, I don't know, a new couch, save for whatever. But I do want to say it is very important to think about current and future goals when you're setting up these more fun savings accounts. I remember when I got my first job, all I wanted was a Louis Vuitton Neverfull bag. A 2,000 euro bag that would have costed me over, I think, 180 hours of labor. And I didn't even want this bag because it was a very beautiful bag or because the bag is super durable. No, I wanted the bag because it was a Louis Vuitton bag. And so I was willing to pay the price of a secondhand car just to carry a bag around my shoulder. So if you can find yourself in that, first think about what you really want and what is actually adding value to your life actively. So I now prefer to save to experience new cultures through vacations. And I think this is a big part of also self-development, but I think it also keeps me curious, which I think is super important to have. So we've now faced our consumerism demons, gone insight into our spendings, set your future self up for success, and rethought your saving goals. The last thing that you're going to need is a mindset shift. Saving used to mean having less money for clothes, and I think that exact sentiment is what made saving so hard and so impossible for me. And trust me, I get it like no other. Shopping is so fun. Placing the order is so fun. Getting the order number, getting the tracking number, getting notification that you can pick up your package, picking up your package. There are so many aspects of shopping, what truly makes it fun, and I get that like no other. But that is exactly why you still view shopping as having less money. The dopamine rush you get from shopping or spending money on material items is temporary and it's going to go away. You really need to start learning how to shift your mind from that to paying myself first. Because if you do it into a time of your life where you do have this unexpected big costly event that is coming up, you will be glad that you paid yourself first all these months or all these years, that you now can afford to fall back on your own financial security net. Saving money to me has become something that is exciting. I am excited to see how much money I'm able to put aside this month. I am so proud to see it grow, and also proud to say that only a year ago, and a year flies by so fast, guys, I would have been itching to rob myself of my own savings. I hope this video has helped you. I know that saving can seem so intimidating, and just please know that if I can do it, you can do it too, because trust me, I used to be the #1 shine warrior. Let me know in the comments down below if you've also tried to give your savings a glow up, or if you're wanting to do a 180 in 2026. I always love to read you guys' comments. If you have a short attention span but you have made it to the end of this video, I also have YouTube Shorts and TikTok where you can check me out. Like, subscribe, comment, save, whatever you can do down there, and I'll see you guys in the next one.